Hey guys, this is Smithy. Welcome to my channel. If you guys are new here, welcome. And if you guys have already been subscribed to the channel, thank you so much for subscribing. I know I look a little weird because there's nothing on my eyes because I'm going to do a video for you guys and I'm going to review Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry Vault collection. Now, I cannot even tell you how much was I eyeing this product and for how long was I eyeing this product. I mean, from the time it came, first I was like, not my type, not my style. As you guys know that I'm mostly like a warm tone bronzy kind of a person. So when this came in the market, and this is a pretty old palette, I would say it's been like 2 years that it has been released. Now, recently I tried going Coconuts palette, which is more of like a neutral palette, I would say. And you guys complimented that look like no other. And that's when I was like, do I look good in neutral cool tones? Should I try my Sultry palette? I have no idea. Now, I went back and forth thinking, should I buy this or not? Should I buy this or not? And finally, Anastasia got this palette back for this holiday collection. And now it was on sale. I am hoping that it is still on sale. So the entire vault was for $45. Now this comes with the Sultry palette that we all know. So let me show you the packet. Oh, let me take out the slate first. I wanted to review this as quickly as I can, just because if you want it, you can like grab it for the discounted price. So it comes in like this beautiful sparkly Anastasia vault and it comes with like 2 drawers kind of a thing. Now the top drawer has the Sultry palette in it. Now, this is a glam girl. I mean, this is absolutely glam palette. Generally, all the Anastasia palettes are like velvety texture except the Jackie Aina palette, which is like, so this is the Jackie Aina palette. It's the same size, absolutely. But this came with like holographic, scaly kind of a texture. And this is the only palette which has this glam glitter topping. Obviously this doesn't rub, it doesn't stick to my hands at all. And inside it comes with a big huge mirror and these are the shades that are in it. I mean, now when I see it, I wouldn't lie to you guys, when it's shown in the picture, it's very, very cool tone. And don't get me otherwise, it's still a cool tone palette, but it seems wearable for a neutral warm tone lover too. I am in love with this palette. If you can see, like, I don't feel like except these two, nothing else like screams like gray or silver to me. It still seems like very glam and bronzy palette to me. So I am super excited to try this. Again, it comes with the dual ended brush that generally all the Anastasia palette comes with. So on one side it has like a packer brush and the other side it has more of a blending brush, which is always, and I love these brushes, I use it constantly. That is the first drawer. Now the second drawer comes with full size mascara, full size eyeliner and a deluxe size eye primer. Now we're going to test out all these products today. I had none of these products in my collection, so I thought it is a good bang for your buck kind of a product because this palette alone is $45. Now you get like this palette as well as the full size mascara, full size eyeliner and a deluxe primer. Who would say no? I certainly would not. So let's dive right into the video. So let's start off with the eye primer. I've never tested out before. I generally do not buy bougie primers, if you guys know me. So let's test it out and see how is it gonna perform on my eyes and how am I gonna look in these cool tone shadows. I'm definitely only gonna do one look today. If you guys like this video, and I know a lot of you guys do own the Sultry palette because I actually did a poll on Insta asking whether I should pick up the Nabla palette or the Sultry palette, and most of you guys, like majority of you guys said, pick up the Anastasia Sultry palette. And I was like, really guys? Because Nabla palette is more of a recent palette. I was debating on that because I already own my Nabla's Secret palette. And I absolutely love the quality of that eyeshadow. And I do love my Anastasia palettes also. If you guys don't know, like Jackie Aina palette is my favorite palette. So I absolutely am thrilled to try this out too. Let's start off with the palette. I'm gonna first start off with a shade called Fresh. It's a matte cream shade, absolutely perfect to like just blend over top of the primer so that it sets the primer in place. By the way, I did my face, if you cannot tell already. And on my lips, I have Morphe's Main Squeeze lipstick. Should we play safe or should we not? Okay, next I'm gonna dip into the shade called Birch. Oh, I love that transition shade for sure. Because it's a sultry palette, I am gonna go glam. So let's see, I do not have any look in my mind. So I'm just gonna go with the flow. I just received this palette in the mail and I wanted to test it out. Now I'm gonna dip into that shade called Twig. And that's a little more of a cool tone shade. Oh, wow. That is a cool tone shade. Superbly pigmented shades. I mean, this is stunning. See how much more cool tone is this eye as compared to this eye. I'm going to take the same shade Twig and Birch mixed together and I'm going to apply that on my lower lash line. I actually should use the same brush that came in the palette. I absolutely love that brush, especially for the lower lash line and to pack up the eyeshadows. And then for my outer corners, I'm going to take the shade called Dystopian, that deep brown in the palette. I'm going to tap off the majority of the product just because I don't know how much pigmented it is. See, that's more of like a deepened brown black, I would say. For being this of a deep shade, there's no fallouts at all. I do not want any fallout, so don't prove me wrong. For the lid, what should I do? I'm going to take the shade called Cinder and I'm going to apply that. Oh my god, that's such a stunning shade. I'm going to apply it on the center of the eyelid and going towards the outer corners. Take my outer corner brush and just blend everything together so that there's no harsh lines. So I'm just going back and forth, right where the shade Cinder as well as Dystopian meets. And then for my inner corners, I'm going to take the shade called Steampunk and I'm going to go in my inner third of the eye, meeting that bronzy shade on the lid. Just like that. And this is the same brush that came with the palette. Now for my inner corner, I'm going to take the shade called Pearl and plop that in my inner corners. Such a stunning shade. I'm going to apply the same shade underneath my brow bone. Just to brighten everything up, I'm going to take the shade called Pearl and just plop it right in the center of the eye. Okay, let me just line my waterline with a black eye pencil, and this is Essence Extreme Lasting Eye Pencil in the shade Black Love. And I'm just going back into the shade called Twig and Birch and just smoking out my lower lash line. Let's move on to the eyeliner. I've never used this before, and this is Anastasia Beverly Hills Liquid Liner. And what is the shade? Is there no shade? I think there is no shade. There's 5 written on the cap. I don't know what's about that. Oh wow! I somehow was expecting a pen, but this is a brush tip, which I'm absolutely comfortable with. And that's how the tip is. Let me finish off with my eyeliner. So I finished off with the liner. I do have thoughts. I love the way it is black and it is matte, but the formula of this eyeliner seems to be a little more of a drying formula. It's not as much as wet, like my Wet n Wild or Essence eyeliners, which I also absolutely love because it's matte and it is black. But it performed pretty well. I did a small, tiny little wing because it is glam. Why not, right? Who am I? I know. Okay, let's move on to mascara. Now this is glam. Like, this bottle is heavy and it feels glam. Let's see what's the brush looks like. Yeah, the brush is what I really like. It's like an hourglass brush. Sorry for the swatch marks, but yes, it is an hourglass brush, and I love those brushes which has an hourglass shape. I feel those are the brushes that really work well with my eyelashes. Let's see how this performs. I like it. What do you guys think about it? I like it. I really like it. It definitely gave me a good length and a little bit of volume that we generally want in a mascara. And this is my final look. For my overall review, I really love this palette. I really do. I love the bronzes that are like included in this palette. I feel like it's like a mixture of, should I say it? It's like a smaller version of Natasha Denona's Glam palette, but more wearable. It's not that like really cool tone. Not saying that it's not cool tone. Yes, it is cool tone. But as compared to those grays and silvers, do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that gray silver. I've definitely not played with that silver, but I would do a 5 looks with 1 palette using this palette. I absolutely love the way the look turned out. I feel I can definitely wear this and rock this look. Let me turn down the light and show it to you guys. See how smoky and sultry it is? It gives me like a very high end, of course it is in high end, but it gives me like Natasha Denona vibes, but in a small and a compact form. If you guys are looking to pick up this sultry palette, I'm pretty sure you would not be disappointed at all. If you run away from cool tones and you want to experiment, I think this is a very good palette to like dip your toes into it. Now, talking about the rest of the things, mascara, I really like. It gave me like good amount of volume and length to the lashes, which I absolutely look for when I'm trying in mascara. Liquid liner, have I tried better? Yes, I have, but it was pretty matte and pretty black, but the formula felt a little bit of drying consistency. The primer, I would leave it down in the description below, because primer, I just cannot tell what I feel about it. Yes, the shades went beautifully on top of each other. I can see the shades pigmentation really nicely, but will it crease or not? I would update that at the end of the day, and I'll put it in the description box below for you guys. But yes, that was my full review on the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry Vault. Now, if you guys want to collect this vault, I mean, it's an absolutely lovely vault with like glitter packaging and stuff like that. This is a limited edition box, and I don't know whether they'll bring back the Sultry palette or not. So if you were looking out for this palette, I think just go for it. I mean, you would definitely not be disappointed with it. So that's all for today. Let's move on to the swatches. Starting from the beginning, this is Fresh, Pearl, Steampunk, Rose Quartz, Ember, Bloom, Birch, Cinder, Twig, Teak, Dystopian, Cyborg, Slate, and Noir. And those are the shades from Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry Palette. If you like this palette and the review, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see 5 looks using this palette, do give it a thumbs up and comment down in the description box below so that I can deliver it to you guys. But yes, if you guys are new here, welcome to my channel and please do subscribe before leaving and also ring the notification bell so that you're notified every time that I post next. I generally upload every Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays at 9 AM Eastern Standard Time. Until next time, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!